There are moments in life when the world falls silent, not in fear, but in reverence. The passing of Pope Francis is one of those moments. The world mourns not just a religious figure, but a soul who walked among us with rare humility and fierce compassion. A man who reminded us, in an age of noise and division, that true strength is found in mercy, and greatness is measured not by power, but by love. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in the heart of Buenos Aires, he came from ordinary beginnings. He knew the streets, the struggles, the silence of the forgotten. But from those roots grew a voice that would reach every corner of the earth, a voice not of condemnation, but of invitation. An invitation to return to what matters, to simplicity, to kindness, to God not as a distant judge, but as a loving father. He didn't wear the papal robe like a crown, he wore it like an apron, ready to serve. He washed the feet of prisoners and embraced the disfigured. He stood in war zones and refugee camps. He dared to speak truth to power, not with anger, but with undeniable moral clarity. He showed us that to lead is to kneel, and to love is to risk everything. Pope Francis didn't just preach the gospel, he lived it, quietly, boldly, without asking for applause. And now he is gone. But what remains is more than memory, it is mission. We could spend these days in mourning. We could hang our heads and ask why the good must go. But Francis himself would not want that. He never asked for statues or tributes. What he asked again and again was for the world to love better, to serve deeper, to listen harder. He leaves behind no empire, only an echo. But that echo is powerful. It calls us to look around at the brokenness in our world, not with despair, but with purpose. It dares us to step out of comfort and into compassion. It reminds us that faith is not a Sunday ritual, but a daily revolution of the heart. And now, the torch is no longer in his hand, it is in ours. The poor still wait to be seen. The earth still pleads for care. The stranger still longs for welcome. The gospel still cries out to be lived. His death is not the end of something holy, but the passing of its flame to those who will carry it forward. To be a light in darkness, as he was. To be a bridge where others build walls. To whisper hope where the world screams fear. The world does not need another Pope Francis. It needs you, inspired by his example, guided by his heart, and brave enough to continue his work in whatever corner of the world you inhabit. Because the shepherd is gone, but the path is clear. And if we walk it not perfectly, but faithfully, we do not just honor his life, we extend it. So rise, speak, heal, forgive, love. That is how legacies are born, not in marble, but in movement. Pope Francis is no longer with us, but his light remains. Let it burn in you.